Okay, I'm at Lake Tahoe trying to do a sunset using AutoRamp. There's some interesting clouds right now, but hopefully they won't obscure the stars later on. I'm using a Canon 60D with 10-22mm lens set at 14 millimeters. Right now I'm at f/22 bulb mode, 0.4 seconds, ISO 100. I'm using neutral picture style for my JPEGs. I'm running AutoRamp with the target luminance of 110. You can see that right now it's brighter than that. It's 119. But with my settings, it's not going to try to change that, so it's going to wait till it comes into range. I'll let it adjust the aperture between f4 and f/22. So I'm at f/22 right now, so it won't try to reduce that luminance by increasing the f number. And I'll let it change the ISO from the 100 right now up to 3200 later tonight. I'm going to shift the aperture when the bulb time gets up to 1 second. I've got a 4-stop neutral density filter on there right now. I'm just going to use one ND filter, and of course I'm using sunrise sunset compensation. In the project settings, under AutoRamp, I'm going to reduce the night luminance, ramp the time-lapse interval, and I'm going to ramp the color temperature from 5,000 Kelvin right now down to 3,000 Kelvin after dark. There's some lights from houses nearby, so I don't want them showing up really yellow tonight, so I'm going to ramp the color temperature. I'm going to use lens f-stop correction with this lens, so I've loaded the table for this lens at this zoom factor. So I'll check back later and see how it's going.
Here are the unprocessed original images. You can see a little bit of flickering at the beginning. That is aperture flicker at high f numbers. Once the aperture ramps down to f4 and the bulb time starts to ramp up, the flicker disappears. Right about here is where I removed the 4-stop filter. With the color temperature ramping, the house lights look normal, not that yellow tungsten cast. I call this the hybrid method. AutoRamp adjusted the aperture from f/22 down to f4, the ISO from 100 to 3200, and the bulb time from 0.4 seconds up to 30 seconds. I used one ND filter in order to get the initial bulb exposure time up to about a half second. It may not be the time-lapse holy grail, but it's an excellent result with a minimum of effort.